First and foremost, all praises to Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahawashi, Bahasham Wa Rakakodash. Double honors to the elders and the apostles of Great Millstone. Salutations to all you true, sincere brethren out there, pushing out this purified truth, cleansing this wicked, defiled kingdom with this word, and to the rest of the church who believe as well. The water to Yahawashi, because without him, none of this would even be possible. All right. I'm at work. I'm on break right now, so I can't make this lesson very long. So I'm going to jump right to it. This is Mark 4:16. And these are they, likewise, which are sown on stony ground, who, when they have heard the word, immediately receive it with gladness. When you first come into this truth, everything sounds good. You get the honey, so to speak. You find out that you're the greatest nation of people on earth. You find out that it's lawful for you to have multiple wives. You find out that the kingdom of heaven is for you. But then guess what? Verse 17. And have no root in themselves, and so endure but for a time. Afterward, when affliction or persecution ariseth for the word's sake, immediately they are offended. Because being in this truth, you're going to catch hell. You're going to be brought through that test, that fire. And if you're not of the elect, when certain things come your way, certain afflictions and persecutions, that's really your one-way ticket out that front door. You find an excuse to turn back. All right. But for those who are sincere, those who are sanctioned to be of Yahawashi, they'll endure until the end. Okay. And have no root in themselves, and so endure but for a short time. Afterward, when affliction or persecution ariseth for the word's sake, immediately they are offended. So you shouldn't be surprised when things happen. You know that being in this truth, Satan is trying his hardest to cast you out. So Satan will jump on people to try to get you to go to the left or the right, instead of trying to go on the rightful path, the difficult path, which is to go straight, which means you have to face whatever obstacles in front of you. You have to go through that. All right. So let's go to the book of Jude 1:4. For there are certain men crept in unawares, who were before of old ordained to this condemnation. So anyone who comes into this truth and you fall out, you're condemned. But really, it goes back to the very foundation of the world. You were ordained to receive the truth for a short time and then to lose the truth. All right. Ungodly men, turning the grace of our power into lasciviousness and denying the only Lord power and our Lord Yahawashi Mashiach. So you have those, they'll come into the truth, but then when afflictions come and afflictions occur, they get to the point of questioning whether or not they should be in this truth. Because really, they were never rooted inside this truth. This thing is about enduring until the end. It's not about how long you've been in the truth. It's about holding that water until we get the hell up out of here, whether it be through death or whether it be through deliverance. Okay, you have certain men who play that role of being sincere, who play that role of being brothers, but deep down in their mind, they know they're questioning this truth. They know that they ain't right. They know that the hell they're catching is starting to make them question this faith. All right. For there are certain men crept in unawares who were before of old ordained, which shows you there are men predestined, okay, to be condemned. Were before of old ordained to this condemnation, ungodly men, turning the grace of our power into lasciviousness and denying the only Lord power and our Lord Yahawashi Mashiach. Let's look up that word lasciviousness. Okay. It says unbridled lust, excess, lasciviousness, licentiousness, lasciviousness, wantonness, outrageousness, shameless, insolence. All right. And that's how a lot of our people are, man. They're shameless when it comes to the words of the Heavenly Father. Instead of having a fear, they're shameless. So they come into this truth. Then it seems as if they're one of the men of the Lord. And then the day comes where all of a sudden you don't see them teaching no more. You go on their page, it says no content. The last video they put up was a month. Then it's 2 months. Then it's, you just don't see the person ever again. James 1:8. A double-minded man is unstable in all his ways. So you can't be double-minded. You have to have your eyes single in this truth. You have to have your eyes focused on that prize, man. You have to be in this thing until the end. Forever, man. You can't come into this truth and then treat it like a relationship. You know, people in this world, they'll have a relationship with someone, then based off of an argument, they leave each other. They just break up. Well, you can't do that in this truth. All right? Because coming into this thing, you made an oath unto Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai. A double-minded man is unstable in all his ways. All right? So people who come into this thing and they fall out, really it's because they're unstable, man. And the scriptures tell you how knowledge and wisdom shall be the stability of our times. Ecclesiastes 5:5. Better is it that thou shouldest not vow than that thou shouldest vow and not pay. So when you come into this truth, whether you believe it or not, you made a vow to Yahweh and Yahweh Shai. And what is that vow? That vow is to serve them till death or deliverance. That vow is to do this work, to feed the sheep, all right, with a sincere heart. Better is it that thou shouldest not vow than that thou shouldest vow and not pay. So there are those without the truth who are far better off than those who come into the truth and they leave. That's why when judgment happens, the Lord is going to start at his sanctuary first, those who know that they're Israelites. Suffer not thy mouth to cause thy flesh to sin, neither say thou before the angel that it was an error. Wherefore should the power be angry at the voice and destroy the work of thine hands? So you got to deny your flesh, because your flesh will try to discourage you. Your flesh will try to tell you, maybe there's something else I can be doing. This ain't working out. Well, this isn't about popularity. This isn't about views. This is about your salvation. Okay? If every video you put out, let's say every video you put out just gets 1 view. This is about your salvation. This is about pleasing Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai. This isn't about everybody else outside of the elect. Okay? So you gotta focus on yourself, man, and get yourself right. That way you can feed others. And even if, like I said, you don't get many views, you have to seek out your salvation. All right? No one else can do that for you. Don't allow your flesh to cause you to sin or to get weak and weary. All right? Suffer not thy mouth to cause thy flesh to sin, neither say thou before the angel that it was an error. Wherefore should the power be angry at the voice and destroy the work of thine hands? And a lot of people, you know, they come into this truth with the mentality of, well, if I come in this thing, I'm hoping to be out of here in 2 years. Or if I'm not, I might have to go back into the world and find something else, man, because this ain't working. This is holding me back. I'm trying to do some things in my life, and this truth is holding me back. Well, don't say it was an error, all right? Don't come and make a vow to the Lord and then, up and change your mind and say, oh, well, I made a mistake. I was tripping. I was drunk when I came into this truth. No, ain't no excuses, man. If you made a vow to the Lord, you have to pay that. And how do you pay that? By enduring until the end of your life on this earth. And like I said, whether it be through death or whether it be through deliverance. So let's close this out, okay, in the book of Galatians 4:9. But now, after that ye have known the power, or rather are known of the power, how turn ye again to the weak and beggarly elements, whereunto ye desire again to be in bondage? Okay, so why come into this truth? Here are all the great perks that come with being in this truth, all the great things that come with being in this truth, and because you're catching hell, you turn back. You turn back to the same world that is afflicting you. You turn back to the same world who hates you. Okay? The scriptures tell you that, to be a friend with this world, you are an enemy to Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai. Okay? Give me a second here. All right. So back at Galatians 4:9, but now, after that ye have known the power, or rather, are known of the power, how turn ye again to the weak and beggarly elements, whereunto ye desire again to be in bondage? So following after the ways of the flesh, you're in bondage, man. But see, either way it goes, whether you're in this truth or whether you're not in this truth, you're in bondage to something. You're either in bondage to Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai, or you're in bondage to Satan. There's no in between. There's no gray areas, man. How could you hear about the kingdom, seeing that prophecies are happening, seeing we don't have a lot of time left in this kingdom? Why turn back to the same place that offends you? Turn back to the same place that oppresses you. Okay? Turn back to the weak and beggarly elements. And because you want to turn back and you think that's going to be your way out, you're going to end up like Lot's wife, who turned back and she ended up getting dissolved. How turn ye again to the weak and beggarly elements, whereunto ye desire again to be in bondage? Let me pull out one more scripture. All right? Why turn back to the weak and beggarly elements? This is what's going to happen. Okay? This is 2 Peter 3:12. Looking for and hasting unto the coming of the day of the power, wherein the heavens being on fire shall be dissolved, and the elements shall melt with fervent heat. Okay, so those weak and beggarly elements that you're turning back to, okay, is going to be burnt up. It's going to be melted. The same thing that happened to Lot's wife. All right? The same thing that happened to her. She had that female spirit on her, man. She got weak. And the Heavenly Father, Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai, did not cut her no slack because she was Lot's wife. She had to pay for her own rebellion. Why? Because we all have to pay for our own sins, man. We have to make sure that we right. We have to make sure that we in order, that we ready, man. Because the kingdom of heaven is at hand. Yahweh Shai is raising up kings and priests, man. He's raising up kings for the next kingdom to come. Looking for and hasting unto the coming of the day of the power, wherein the heavens being on fire shall be dissolved, and the elements shall melt with fervent heat. And what's going to be the cause of that? What is going to be the casualty of those elements? Nuclear missiles, man. ICBMs. Nuclear warfare. All right? A nuclear holocaust is coming to America. Babylon is going to be sent to the firing squads, man. And every last person on this place who's left here, when the missiles drop, when that rain falls, they're going to drown in that nuclear flood, man. So we have to make sure that we endure. We got to keep going, man. We got a job to do. All right? And although this kingdom's giving us hell, working for the so-called white man, dealing with the wickedness of this world, women not respecting us, all that shit is about to be done away, man. All right? So we got to keep that faith. We got to keep that assurance and know that through this word is our way out. There's no other way out, man. Turning back is not the answer. No matter how hard it gets in this truth, you gotta eat that affliction, man. And I know it sucks because sometimes you don't want to hear that. You know, sometimes, the flesh has it to where you want a hug. You want a Kit Kat bar, But nah, man, you need to focus on your salvation. And whatever hell you're catching is not equivalent to the hell that you deserve to catch. And we have to understand that. And that goes for all of us, including myself first. So Lord willing, this lesson was edifying through the spirit and power of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai. Kahala Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai. Shalom.